Welcome back again, and today we are going to talk about meaning. While we spoke about speaking, slang and idioms, we must understand how to teach those meanings clearly. Teaching idioms and slang may not be hard to teach. If we teach the meaning behind the phrase, we must teach what the sentence means and how to convey through speaking and writing and how to read them. There may be different ways to ask a question, answer a question, and convey your meaning. However, there are many times that a listener may have selective listening and only hear what they want. No matter how many times you repeat yourself, they still don't understand what you are saying and only believe what they want to hear. Meaning is useful when trying to express what you want to be relayed. Sentences must be put together in order for the reader or listener to understand what is being relayed. Failure to do so can lead to confusion or misunderstanding. You have to teach meaning when you teach grammar. You have to let the students understand what they are trying to convey to the listener when they speak. The use of the whiteboard and handouts is necessary for this to be accomplished. Many students won't take notes if you lecture it to the class. Below is an example of a speaker talking to a listener and the listener doesn't understand what is being said. It's a classic comedy sketch from the 1950s. One man is the manager of a team, while the other man is asking questions about the team. While the one man is answering properly, the other man is confused by the answers because he is only listening to the words being said instead of the meaning of what is being said. Who's on first? Abbott and Costello. Well then, who's on first? Yes. I mean the fellow's name. Who? The guy on first. Who? The first baseman. Who? The guy playing. Who is on first? I'm asking you who's on first. That's the man's name. That's whose name? Yes. Well, go ahead and tell me. That's it. That's who? As you can tell, Costello is confused by the name who. This can be confused for several reasons. First, he did not listen to what was being said. This is called selective listening. The listener only hears what he or she wants to hear. He may only think the word that means the question marker that comes at the beginning of a sentence and not the answer that is being given. Another reason is the word who is used at the beginning of a sentence to indicate a question and not a person's name or a sentence. Allison is on first. This is a sentence that we know the subject's name is Allison. Who is on first? Can be either a sentence or a question depending on what who is. If who is a person, as mentioned in the previous example, then it would be a sentence. However, if who is a WH question, then it would be a question. Who is on first? Who is the person's name on first base? Who is on first? A question asking who the person's name is on first. There are many words with different meanings. If you look at a lot of verbs, they can have different meanings depending on how they are used in a sentence. An example would be the word got. This word has many meanings. Let's look at a few. I got my hands on you. My hands are on you. I got my eyes on you. I'm watching you. I got to go. I have to or must go. I got some money. I have some money. I got your letter today. I received the letter you wrote me. I got a cold. I have a cold and I'm sick. When explaining meanings, only explain the meaning that is relevant, unless you are teaching several at the same time for vocabulary. When you do this, give examples and exercises in order for the students to. 2 types of meanings. Meaning has a lot to do with grammar. It can show what tense needs to be used, past, present, or continuous, in each situation. It can show relations with other people and how we perceive the world around us. By using the wrong words, we can relay a wrong meaning to the listener or reader. One of the first things is with a subject-verb agreement. The children played. Then we have an object of the verb that shows what gets affected by the verb. The cat ate the mouse. We can also talk about events that take place in some particular time frame. When we use this form, we have to use adverbials. The grass is growing in the lawn. Meaning represents time. You have to use tenses when explaining this. I was married at one time. The sun rose at 5:00 m. tenses are very important to relaying meaning. If you want to talk about doing something that you continue doing, then you must use a continuous tense. Let's look at a few. I walk to work. I only walk today. I have been walking to work. I walk every day for an unknown time frame and I still do. I have walked to work. I did it in the past. The other meaning is how we speak or write to accomplish our goals. One way would be to be polite. May I please have a drink of water? In this case, we use a modal verb, may, and a polite word, please, to try to persuade a person to obtain a glass of water. However, if we wanted to be direct, we might say, water. In this case, we just say the word and the listener should understand you want some water. Water now. Give me water. Might get the point across, but it can come across as being rude or hostile. Just by typing a word in the wrong area can give a wrong meaning. Let's take the following sentence to show an example of this. The 5th annual crew picnic. Let's just look at one word, crew. The word crew means the employees who work on a vessel. This can be an airplane, bus, or boat. However, it can also mean the workforce at a company. In this sentence, a crew picnic is a picnic where all the company employees get together and has lunch outside. However, if we rearrange the sentence, we will have a total different meaning to the sentence. The 5th annual picnic crew. We moved the word crew to be placed after the word picnic. By doing this, we have totally rearranged the meaning of the sentence. Instead of saying a picnic for the employees of a company, it now reads as the workforce at the picnic. The 5th annual crew picnic, a picnic for an agency's employees. The 5th annual picnic crew, the workforce at that picnic. As you can tell, just by placing a word in the wrong section of a sentence can change the whole meaning. Pleasing. This word means something that is nice to look at or someone who is making you happy. Now, let's look at a sentence with the word pleasing in it. I am pleasing you. What this sentence means is the person speaking is trying to make the other person happy. It's quite simple. However, if you write the sentence wrong or use the wrong suffix, you will have the wrong meaning. I am pleasing you. I am asking you nicely by saying please. While this sentence is grammatically correct, the use of ing after please to tell someone that you are asking nicely is incorrect. What this sentence really means is, I am making you happy. Instead, the person is saying I'm saying please to you. The sentence should read as such. I am asking you nicely. This is why you need to explain meaning to students. Explain using clear and simple explanations. If they still don't understand, explain a different way. Do this until they understand. As we can tell, if we use the words in the correct order and the correct words, we can express ourselves, whereas anyone who listens or reads anything we say or write can properly understand us. When you teach content, teach as much as possible to allow the students to understand the meaning of what they are writing. This will stop any confusion when they write. Well, that will do it for today. I hope to see you again next time.